promised you guys MVPs on the field and off the field, so who do you think I have on deck? Well, check out these statistics. My first guest spent 21 years with the Baltimore Orioles and is known as baseball's all-time Iron Man. He is a world record holder, playing 2,632 consecutive games. I just got chills. And his 2,131st consecutive game was voted by fans MLB's most memorable moment in baseball history. He was named to the MLB All-Century team at shortstop and is a member, of course, of the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Please welcome for the first time to our show, I'm freaking out, Cal Ripken Jr.
Felt that in a while.
Amazing, right?
Wow, it's fantastic.
It's huge. I told you guys it was going to be really big. I'm such a fan. It is fantastic to have you here. I actually heard backstage for the first time that you're a bit of a foodie, yeah?
I like to eat.
So you could try my banh mi dogs on the break, though, because I think those will probably be pretty scary for you.
Better take my glasses off here just in case.
Are you going to get in there on... all right, Cal Ripken's going to eat my banh mi hot dog on camera. Get in there. Brave man.
I did skip lunch for this.
You got to get into the dog there.
I'm into the dog.
You're into the dog.
That's fantastic.
Isn't that good? So, you know, when I say to...
This has got a little kick to it.
It does. I did put a lot of sriracha. Perhaps I should have warned you about that. I'm a little heavy-handed with the sriracha.
That's all right. I'm taking it with me.
So, you know, I say to some of my male friends who think that they don't like baseball, they watch with their husbands, and they're like, I don't know, I just find it so boring. I say to them, you really just need to educate yourself as to what you're watching. It is so dramatic to watch. I mean, I just don't understand any other excuse other than you don't know what you're watching. What do you do to sell baseball to people? You know, if you're trying to be an ambassador for baseball to get people hooked.
Well, if you look at it from the surface, you're absolutely right. It seems like a slow-moving game, a little bit boring. But I think the intellectual part is the pitcher's trying to figure out how to get you out. You're trying to figure out how to get a hit. You're looking at all the different signs and all the different data points that will help you in making those decisions. Sometimes the pitcher tips his pitches. Sometimes situations dictate what you do. So there's stuff going on in your head all the time. And each play, each foul ball, it restarts all over again.
I know.
So if you're into the game and you're into the art of setting up a hitter, or the hitter actually going against one of the #1 pitchers and seeing that battle, then there's a lot for you. Trying to figure out those signs, I still don't think we've figured out those signs too much. I think most of them are decoys, but certainly there's a lot of stuff going on within that simple little game.
It really is so layered and textured. And I said, you know, if you're a baseball fan, you know, honestly, it doesn't matter who you're watching. It's just so exciting to watch. I remember the most upset I ever got watching teams play was the Subway Series, and Al Leiter pitched such a great game, and his dad was there, and he brought him to see the Mets when he was 3 years old, and I wanted him to win so bad. And it just fell apart at the end, and I was crying so hard I fell out of bed. What are some of the moments that were most emotional for you that don't involve you?
That don't involve me. I was trying to figure out which ones made me fall out of bed, number one. I tell you what, one of the most haunting memories happened here in New York City.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Mayer reaches over the fence and catches the ball. In the playoff series, Derek Jeter hit that ball, and it turned out to be ruled a home run, and it really totally affected how the series was going to go. That always brings back a haunting memory to me. And even last year, the Orioles played the Yankees in the playoffs. I was in the broadcast booth. And I had a chance to actually do it. I'm not supposed to be rooting for the Orioles, but there's a small side of me that is inside the booth, and I'm trying to stay neutral. And then there was a home run that went down the right field line that was ever so close, and it brought back that whole Jeffrey Mayer thing for me. So, yeah, there are haunting moments in the game, but you know, it's an emotional game. It goes up and down. The key to playing, you play every single day. It's 162 ball games in about 175 days, no off days. So you can't get too low in those moments where it doesn't happen because you got to start all over again.
You got to keep starting over. You know, you just reminded me of something I wanted to tell you. Years ago, I did a travel feature, 5 ballparks and what the family could do for $100 or less that you could go to.
Right.
Try and get the whole family to go as a vacation, you know. And I met all these different baseball players, and I asked them all only one question, and I got such a gamut of answers. What was your first memory of baseball? And I think the funniest was Nomar Garcia Parra said, playing catch with my mom, and she broke my nose. So what is your first memory of baseball? And Chuck Knobloch said, I remember the bats being taller than me.
I don't have any of those stories, no, but I grew up in a baseball family, so we traveled there, so my earliest memory might be singing the national anthem in the right behind home plate, memorizing the words and standing up and seeing all
right? Amazing. All right, now, something that probably a lot of people might not know is that you're an author, and this is what, third book?
This is the third book in a series of 6.
And are these designated for tweens? Is that like the target audience for your books?
Yeah, it's about ages 8 to 12, so it's right there in the readership that is not baby books anymore.
Right.
It's actually a good meaty book. It's about 200 pages. It's a fictional book that deals with a baseball team that has all kinds of different characters on it, and we deal with different social issues. This one is the kid loses his confidence because he accidentally beans another kid in the head.
Wild pitch.
Yeah, and so most of the time you would feel for the hitter because he's got to get back up there and try to hit
That's right, yeah.
But the pitcher also has his conscience, and it really affects him, and he loses his confidence. And so this is a process of how do you bring him back. And there's a special friend, a new friend that he meets in the end that actually brings him all the way back. So it's a great little story.
I love that, you know, because it speaks about what I love about baseball, all of that drama and all the lessons you can learn from it. So now I told you backstage that the most nervous I think I've ever been was throwing out the first pitch of, you know, at a major league game from the mound, made it over the plate, and you said you too sometimes get nervous if you go out in a suit instead of in a baseball suit. Yeah,
I was asked to throw it out in the World Series in 1995, but that was the year the record breaking happened. I put a new pair of shoes on, I had a blue suit on, and went out there, and the ground was a little slippery, and I panicked a little bit thinking I'm going to fall flat on my face, but there's a lot of anxiety in front of 50,000 people doing it, and I admire you for doing it, but can you actually catch a ball?
I've never caught a ball, so today I thought it'd be fun. You're going to throw out our first pitch of the baseball season. I'm going to attempt to catch, and I think he's going to knock me over. I mean, it is Cal Ripken. All right, Cal, you take the mound. All right, I'm going to go over here. All right. Don't knock me over, Cal.
I don't need a glove, do I?
All right, so I got this, right? They don't even give me a mask. I'm going home with no teeth.
Are you ready?
I don't know. I'm so scared. Oh, all right, you can. I love that.
Yeah.
So listen, you have to thank him not just for visiting with us. I mean, it's Cal Ripken Jr., but he also brought the entire audience a copy of his book.